morning, everyone. It's me, Maya G. Maya G on Instagram and Maya G the Good on YouTube. So today's conversation is going to be on dating over 35. But before I get started with the topic, let's go ahead and do the regular announcements. My messages are focused on leveling up, helping you get to the next level of yourself. And we're talking about mental, physical, and spiritual. If you find this channel of any value, be sure to share it with everybody you know. If you're not following me, go ahead and click follow or subscribe on YouTube. So without further ado, today we're going to be talking about 5 steps that you need to consider if you're going to be dating over the age of 35. Now, it came across on social media if it was difficult to date after a certain age. I picked 35 because at 35, most people have either been married, have had some kids, have endured some serious damages in terms of relationships, and now they're trying to start over, have wasted a lot of time. So how not to waste any more time if you're trying to date after 35? Step number 1, which is the most important step of them all. Actually, before I go into step number 1, I want to say this. It's very, very, very important to take some type of inventory of yourself when you're coming out of a relationship that didn't work. Especially if it's a relationship that you didn't see it ending. Okay? Because of my belief system and how I see everything is illusion. Hence why my name is Maya. Maya means the goddess of illusion. I believe that everything is an illusion, including, relationships not working. If you're in a relationship with someone, marriage, commitment, whatever, if the relationship somehow does not work, that means that one of you fell off vibration. It doesn't just happen. If one partner strayed interest on somebody else, that means the other partner was not showing up. So before you get yourself into the next relationship, it's important that you do the work. It's important that you tell yourself the truth. So today we're going to talk about the 5 steps of what you need to do if you're going to be considering dating over the age of 35. I mean, it could be whatever age, but I'm going to say 35. That's a mid-age for women, still young for men, but a little mid-age for women. And let's go over the 5 steps. Step number 1, self-love. Now, self-love is very, 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 very big. Because the truth is, you cannot show up half full. Not if you want good love. There's a lot of desperate people out here. There's a lot of people out here that just want to claim somebody. Somebody wants me. Okay? Somebody wants me. But it's impossible for you to love anyone if you don't love yourself. And certainly, it's impossible for anybody to get love from you if you don't love yourself. You don't want to be in a situation where you're robbing yourself of some good loving. And when you're not loving yourself and you're mating with other people, you still have unresolved issues, traumas from your past that you have not attended to. It's kind of hard to practice that self-love. And there's really no other way to establish self-love is taking some time out for yourself. And I call that isolation. Isolation is the ability of being able to be whole within yourself, not be bored, not be tired, not be, lonely. You're by yourself. You are embracing who you are. That is powerful. So that when you meet someone You don't need that person. You appreciate them, but you don't need them. And it's very powerful when you don't need someone. Because when you don't need them and you fall in love with them, then that love can be so strong, so powerful, and you guys can move a mountain together. Because naturally, you're only going to attract who you are. It's not possible for you to attract an amazing person if you're not amazing. It doesn't matter what stories you tell yourself. That person may show up, a nice, pretty red bow, looking like, they are the Prince Charming, the Princess Charming. But trust and believe, if you are not whole, that person is not whole either. The universe is not going to waste good people on people who have not done the work. So if you've done the work, you got to be selective on who you pick. Because you're going to get tested to see if you're really serious about what you said. You said, I love myself. I want an equally yoked, as they call it. Then the universe is going to send you some scallywags now to see if you're going to turn those down. And when you do, the universe is going to send you the love that you deserve. You will not get the love that you deserve any sooner than you loving yourself. That's what it is. So that was step number 1, love yourself. Next one, step number 2 we want to talk about is going to be your spirituality. It is important that you have a relationship with God, or higher power, higher being, Buddha, whatever. It's important that you have a relationship with the higher power outside of yourself. And that's for dating at any age, not even 35, 40 or whatever. That's at any age. It's important. And why is it important? Because you need to know who you are. And when you know who you are, you know how to show up. And when you know how to show up, you have some values. There are certain things you're not going to do. If you meet somebody that has no values, they're kind of like running the streets, doing whatever, sleeping with whoever, they have no values, that person's going to bring you nothing but chaos. That's that. And also when you don't know who you are and you're not spiritually connected, you have no values, you're going to put yourself at risk of having your heart broken and having your time wasted. Because when you're not, into following a certain lifestyle, you'll fall for any. Okay, that spirituality and that connection with a higher power is very, very, very important. And, when you're spiritually connected, you eat different, you talk different, you move different, you attract different people. People that know who they are and comfortable and confident within themselves, they don't just attract just anybody. And if they do, they know how to repel those people out of their lives. So yes, step number 2 is very, very important. You want to take care of your spirituality. That's very important. Step number 3 is your mental stability. Did you take care of the issues that led to you being single over the age of 35? Whether it be issues with the family, whether it be issues with your childhood, whether it be financial issues, whether it be, you have not grown up, have you attended to those issues? Because see, the point of this video here is to really prepare you to successfully date, not to waste your time and not to waste the time of others. This is for you to be successful in your next endeavor of dating. And while we say successful, we want to make sure that we are ready to actually mesh with somebody else, not just out here wasting people's time. And the only way you can do that is by attacking, targeting whatever the issue was prior with you. And you want to take care of that stuff by yourself. Don't try to tag nobody along in your therapy. Your lover is not your therapist, okay? So you want to go ahead and attack those issues, take care of that, and then, you can actually be prepared. So you want to make sure that your mental stability is in place. And tell yourself the truth. Look in the mirror and tell yourself the truth. Don't be out here acting as if, everything is okay when you know everything is not okay. Take care of yourself. Take care of your mental. Spirituality was number 2. Mental was number 3. Number 4 is your physical health. Physical health is so important. I mean, if it's not like one of the most important thing, if you're dating over the age of 35, matter of fact, if you're dating at all, I don't care what age you are, you should be taking care of your physical health anyway. Like, physical activity should be part of everybody's norm. Make time for it. Make time to go walking. Make time to have a stroll with the person you're with, or make time to have a stroll with yourself or with the baby, whatever. Make time for your health. Oh my God. You cannot enjoy life if you're not healthy. It's not possible. Those cupcakes cannot be more important than you living your best life. Cut that sugar out. Cut the fast food out. But if you're observing, step number 2, which is spirituality, once you start getting really deep into yourself and knowing who you are, the value of you, the importance of you on this earth, you start eating different. You're not going to consume just anything anyway. So physical activities is just going to be your norm. Like, I wake up some days and I just want to go ride my bike. I wake up some days where I only want to chew on broccoli. Like, how is that even possible? A lot of people would say. Well, it's possible because of the way I take care of my spirituality. Once you start becoming, a different being, and you start vibrating at a different level, your body needs different nutrients. I don't need to consume as much food as I did before, because the energy, it's like energy is feeding me at all time. I don't even have to try, And the thing is, certain foods, if you eat them, they get you to be addicted to other foods. So if you're drinking alcohol will want to make you consume more carbs. Once you get into carbs, your body is craving sugar. Once you're craving sugar, it's like this vicious cycle. Like, it just keeps going, and it doesn't go away. And if you don't, fall out of that, you're vibrating lower. You're having negative thoughts. And if you have issues with anxiety, now you're having panic attack, anxiety, and all this other stuff. I mean, all the stuff is connected. And if you're going to be dating, you're going to be out here meeting other people, and you want to show up your best. You want to make sure that you have amazing health. So that's why physical activity is very important. Physical activity, if you're not eating correctly, it's going to be hard for you to get in the mindset to where you want to go out there and actually be physical, work out, do all that stuff. It's going to be hard, because if you're not taking care of your health, your body don't want to move. It wants to stand on the couch. It want to scroll on social media all day. It's not doing nothing physical. And I don't care how pretty you look in these filtered pictures, you're still not suitable to be in a relationship with anybody if you're not taking care of yourself. Everybody has their own standards of what they're looking for in a partner. But I will tell you, if you want to be dating over the age of 35 and actually have a relationship of substance, the person that's going to bring value to your life and you're going to bring value to their life, have a standard. You just want to make sure that you guys' standards match. And if you have no standards, then you're just going to be with another hobo, wasting time, every few, months or years, you're in a new relationship because there's no standard, there's no discipline, there's no boundaries. People are just doing whatever. There's no, there's no self-care, there's no self-love. It's just kind of like whatever, like throw it on the wall and hope that it sticks. Anyway, the last one I want to talk about, which is step number 5, is exercising patience. When you first meet someone, it depends. And it also depends, where you are in your life. But generally, when you first meet someone, like me, if I just met somebody, I would ask them, what's your story? And people are going to tell you all kinds of stuff. But then you can't assume what they tell you is what it is. You have to pay attention, listen carefully, watch. Because in the end, there's no scarcity of love. There's no scarcity of humans. Some people are just meant to teach you something and be gone, and some people are meant to be in your life. So when you're entering anything with anybody, you want to be patient. You don't want to rush it. And if somebody's trying to rush you, that's something they don't want you to see. Because they're afraid that if you see it, you may not want to be with them. And honestly, who wants to be with somebody who's insecure? Who wants to be with somebody who has not done the work? Who wants to be with somebody who doesn't love themselves? Because the truth is, if they don't love themselves, they can't love you. And if they don't love themselves, they can't receive your love. You'll spend more time trying to get them to love you. And in honesty is, they'll never be able to love you if they don't love themselves. They'll never be able to love you if they have not healed the trauma from their past. They'll never be able to love you if they have not accepted who they are by default. So why would you want to be patient and not rush? Because the only way you can make sure that your heart won't end up in the hand of an imposter is by taking your time. Yes, you might be a little older. You don't have no time to waste. I get that. But would you rather jump into the arm of somebody who's not ready for what you got to give them? Or just take a little bit of time just to figure it out? Because one thing about the gut, it never lies. But if you're not feeding it properly, you're not taking care of yourself, you don't love yourself, you're insecure, your gut can't tell you much of nothing because your gut is still stupid. It's not smart enough to tell you nothing. But if you take care of yourself, you take care of your health, you love yourself, you take care of your spirituality, you take care of your physical health, when your gut speaks, you will be able to listen because you know that you have a clean gut and you love yourself. So if your gut is saying, I don't know about this person, then you know you gotta pump your brakes. Anyway, those are my 5 steps and dating over the age of 35. Let me know what you think. Share your feedback in your comments. It's always my pleasure to come on here and drop these wisdom on you guys. My name is Maya G on Instagram, Maya G the Goat on YouTube. If you're not following me yet, be sure to click follow. Guys, I gotta run. Until next time, take care and I love you.